one of the most common misconceptions about Invisalign is that they're uncomfortable. Patients take these trays and tell their friends and tell their, oh my goodness, it's such a hard time to keep them clean and I have to keep them in the. But in reality, take it from a guy who had braces for 5 years, right? When you have those Invisalign retainers or trays, they become part of your daily routine. If you're wearing them the way that your dentist has asked you to, and you're getting to your result and your final destination for your smile, and you're doing all the things that are part of the plan, they literally become like, oh my goodness, like my trays aren't in. I feel strange, right? And then once you get to that final product, then the attachments come off. The trays are no longer part of the game, right? Then it just goes back to exactly where you were before, but better. So, a little side story. When I was a kid, I had braces for 5 years. During my senior year, you know how they do superlatives in yearbooks and such. I won Best Smile, but it wasn't always that way. I had awful teeth, and that 5 years of braces really humbles a guy. But the second the braces came off, the confidence level just went through the roof. And now we have this thing called Invisalign where you can wear trays and transition from that ugly duckling phase for me, right, to that, wow, you have an awesome smile without having the wire and bracket traditional braces that, to be fair, I think that everyone can go through an ugly duckling phase and it makes you feel more appreciative when you have a nice smile, right? But these days people don't have to go through that, so more power to them. A lot of people think that Invisalign is for just home run cases. And yes, Invisalign has its limitations, but it also is a really awesome, powerful tool. I have a patient right now that's going through the process, and getting the Invisalign done was really important to him because he is forward facing with a lot of people. He's at a position, a high executive, where he needs to be in front of people. But it's not a place where he can have the wire and bracket, but he needs help with getting his teeth better aligned for both health reasons, occlusal reasons, and to address an issue that he has with tongue thrusting. And when you get to that point, you develop these spaces, and it's not a great thing to have. But using the Invisalign, he can get all those problems fixed without people knowing that he's having it done, right? And getting him to that final confident smile really helps with his day-to-day life. Invisalign versus traditional braces, ultimately the goal is the same, to get the teeth into better alignment for both function and cleansability, to keep the teeth and the gums healthy, make a better smile, right? But it really depends on the patient. If the patient is someone who doesn't want people to know that they're getting their teeth aligned and they want to do it discreetly, Invisalign's the ultimate, right? You can't get any better than that. For people that want that precise movement and don't mind having the wire and bracket, which I think is kind of cute for some people, getting braces. The braces are a better move. It really depends on the patient and what their goals are. Just because you're a little older doesn't mean that you shouldn't take the best care of your teeth that you can, right? And when patients say, oh man, I'm too old to get my teeth aligned, or the one I hear the most is, oh, it's usually the men. I'm already married. This is my wife. Like, yeah, that's not that shouldn't be the case, right? Invisalign, a lot of people think it's for vanity. It's for making your smile perfect or whatever it is. But what people don't take into account is when your teeth are better aligned, they're in a position that's more ideal, you tend to function better. Your teeth are loaded better. The chewing process is less traumatic on your teeth because they're in a better alignment. You can clean your teeth better, which prevents gum disease, which prevents chronic inflammation. And all those things go into making your body healthier. The mouth is the entryway into the body, right? So reducing inflammation, reducing plaque, reducing buildup by having better alignment is huge. And especially as we get older, taking care of our bodies is more and more important. I saw this happening with my mom. She's in her late 60s. When she got to a certain point, I saw that transition where my mom was like, I'm already married, I've had kids, and but no, it's important, right? And I kind of beat that into her mindset where it's like, Mom, no, you got to take care of your teeth, you got to take care of your body. And the last time I saw her, she an immigrant, right? So her English, it's really cute, right? So she says this thing where she's like, I love my body. I love my body. I love taking care of myself. And I hope that my patients feel the same way, right? I hope that they love to take care of themselves. And I think Invisalign's an awesome tool to get better alignment of the teeth so they can take care of them. I had a patient that just finished her Invisalign. And she had a little bit of restorative work too, but it was a combo case, right? Where Invisalign took us to where we needed to be to get her to her final product, right? And that's where the comprehensive dentistry comes in. She had double jaw surgery when she was younger. And, when you're a teenager, you're still growing. And she had braces, the traditional braces, and years went by and 30, 40 came around and she's like, why are my teeth not touching anymore in the back? Why am I chipping my front teeth? And lo and behold, when we took our scan of her teeth, she was right. She's not touching in the back. And that's just what happens when you have a major surgery like that and you grow. Everyone grows until they're about 25. And with Invisalign, we moved her teeth into a more ideal position where we could be really non-invasive with building up her back molars and her front teeth. So we ended up doing some very minimal prepped overlay type of crowns in her posterior to get her to a place where she's able to chew. And kind of a side story, but her initial reason for it was obviously the function, but she did not feel comfortable going out because she couldn't eat with her friends. And when we were done, she came back and was just like, I went out and I ate with my friends for the first time in a long time. And I didn't have to worry about not being able to chew my food. And it was awesome. Invisalign's a great tool to get you there.